Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome, citizens of Magsland, to day 30. Okay, technically it's 28, but really it's 30 because on those 2 days I did think of everybody. and just got finished watching the State of the Union address, sort of. I fell asleep maybe a couple of times, and I was taking care of some emails at the same time while catching up with news of the day locally from my daughter and signing some stuff for school and checking Facebook for some other local things. And all of that squeezed into the past like 2 hours because I got home late because I got a great call from an old friend, not a friend who's old, but a friend who I have had for a long time and who happened to be in town for business. So she called and, she texted and she's like, hey, come meet me for dinner, which was awesome. And I did because it was only like 10 minutes away from where I work. And, I don't know. Do I have? Oh, see, this closet is full of things. But if I go like this, that's her. Well, and that's me. That's us. That's us from quite a long time ago. I don't know what year that was taken. Maybe 90-ish, somewhere around then, in the last millennia, last century. That's a photograph from last century. That is my good friend Jamie, Jamoses, Gemalema Ding Dong. I don't know if I ever called her that. Jamie and I have been friends for a very long time. We were housemates in college. We were roommates in Seattle. And now she lives in Vermont and I live in Florida. And she's from Florida and I'm from up there, I'm not from Vermont, but I just think it's funny. And I'm so proud of everything she has done. And the IT whiz kid she has become, because I remember in college, I had to help her type her papers because she didn't know how to use a computer. She was an art major. But look at her now. She's running IT stuff and has a very nice life and a wonderful husband and family up in the cold. But she comes down here every once in a while. I am lucky enough that I wound up moving near her parents, which is kind of weird because they weren't living here it's a long story. So I get the benefit of getting to see her maybe more frequently than some of my other older friends. And I think it's important that everybody do. I know in this day and age of Facebooking, that made me sound very old. But with everything we can do with our phones, FaceTiming, which is what I meant to say, and Skyping and whatnot, it's just more tools for us to stay connected. Yes, there are a lot of downsides to all these technologies, but I can't even imagine not knowing what the people I went to school with are not doing. Like, I remember my parents not having those connections, losing those connections with people, them, lamenting or wondering what so-and-so was doing and where so-and-so went, etc. People they went to high school with and college. And I've never lost touch, which is great, even though I'm in that bridge generation. And for you younger people who are watching, it's like not even a second thought. But yeah, we used to have to call people at night on a telephone that was connected to a wall, and your dad would pick up the phone at like 1 o'clock in the morning because he could pick up the other end of the line and tell you to get off the phone because you were costing him a fortune, even though you respected him well enough to wait until the wee hours of the night when the price dropped. Or we had to write letters, actual letters to pen pals far away. And if you met someone on a trip or a conference or something like that who didn't happen to live near you, you maybe only spoke to them once a year or twice a year or only by mail from then on out. So it's a real gift you guys have that you never have to lose touch with people. And I am so happy that I get to reconnect with folks that I haven't seen in a long time in person. but I feel like sometimes that we're just right around the corner. So take advantage of the resources you have. Don't waste them, but also don't not molest them. That's not the right word. I don't know why I have that in my head. Maybe it's because of... No, I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to strike any weird politics on Mag's land or in Mag's land. Don't abuse the technology either. So, somewhat okay, health day, all right. Not the worst, not the best, but not too bad. Nice light dinner. Just, definitely less than half of what I usually eat. Lunch, I did kind of eat a little ravenously at lunch, and I noticed it was a stress thing. I was really stressed before I went to lunch, and we went for Chinese food, and they put down the rice noodles, and I just powered through those rice noodles. You dip them in the duck sauce. Oh my gosh, it was like as if I'd never eaten. It was crazy. But anyway, on that note, sometimes we all got a little crazy. It was so good to see you, Jamie, and I hope you're watching this one, even though I know you're not up to speed, but I know you subscribe, so help me get some more subscribers, which would be awesome. And if you haven't known, my daughter actually launched her own channel tonight. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Oh, so good. Well, she needs to fine tune it a little bit more, so when she does, I will get it out there. All right. And on that note, I really am going to go. So have a good night. Meet you at the Featherball. See you tomorrow right here in Mag's Land. Peace out. Later.